This is the Traders Exclusive Live Trader Showcase. This is a quarterly event where we feature expert traders, our year-end edition of the Live Trader Showcase. So please check out tradersexclusive.com, where we regularly post our video clips with valuable trading tips and techniques. That's also where you're going to find the recordings of today's webinar. And of course, I'll send you an email so you can find them. Before we get started, you know the drill. You should carefully consider whether trading is suitable for you in light of your circumstances, knowledge, and financial resources. You may lose all or more of your initial investment. Opinions, market data, and recommendations are subject to change at any time. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. And that is our cue to get started. This is our lineup. We want to thank our sponsors for December. We have blue chip sponsors, Market Taker Mentoring, Hit and Run Candlesticks, and Vantage Points. And our IPO sponsor is Moomoo. Next up is Anka Metcalf. You're going to be talking to us about hidden secret to smashing 6- and 7-figure income in the first 2 hours at the New York Open. And Anka is a professional futures and equities trader, market analyst, and expert commentator. Clearly, she speaks better than I do. With 20 plus years of trading experience, she's the founder and CEO of TradeOutloud.com. It's an international trading, education, and service company. She's an expert day trader, swing trader, and active investor with a precise approach to daily income style and wealth generation trading, delivering results in any market environment. So you need to know the strategy she teaches in her courses, and her live daily approach to trading provide you with the understanding and the tools to take your trading to the next level. She personally manages her own accounts, and she shares her market knowledge and trades every day with her clients worldwide. She's also a contributor to many financial media outlets. Take it away. You're good to go.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for literally spending an hour with me today. I so appreciate you guys being here and talking about what I love to do most, and that is trading. I never thought, like, in a million years after I finished, college, university, I went, my master's degree and everything, that I would land literally working for myself, trading for myself, and being my own boss, and now doing webinars and teaching people what I love to do the most. So in today's presentation, I will be talking about generating a 7-figure income, and I have proof right here that I'm going to share with you, and literally secrets behind smashing those 6- to 7-figure incomes. And literally there's a way to do it, even if you have a small account and if you want to build that up, or if you don't have an account at all, you could actually start with a prop account. There are so many prop firms out there that can offer funding, and I will help you get into that either the two comma club or into the 1 comma club, at least into the 6-figure income. So let's talk a little bit about show me the money first, right? So basically everything that I do in my trading has 100% transparency. I do run a trading room for futures, and I do specialize in high velocity trades at the open. So what that means is that when the market opens, that is my clear canvas to find trades that have high caliber of succeeding. And basically what I do is I don't spend 2 hours a day per se in a trade, but what I do is I try to find the best trading opportunity, and the life of the trade is somewhere between 10 minutes and let's say about 20 minutes. So let's talk about November stats. And if you think this was a fluke that happened, you could see here that we have $54,000 realized for the month of November. And this is not a fluke. It literally constantly happens. And I'm going to show you the stats throughout the year. So you can see here that I have green days and I have red days. So for example, here I made 6,000, 2,000, 712,000, 6,000, 48,000. This was a swing trade that we have closed. And here I'm losing some money. I'm $10,000 down, $20,000 down, $700 down, $9,000. So in trading, there's no such thing as a system that will deliver consistency in the sense of every single day. So when I'm talking about delivering six-figure income or seven-figure income, I'm talking about averaging out, for example, $500 a day or $5,000 a day or more, depending on your account size. So there's no such thing as, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm just winning all the time. No, you have setbacks, and that is in correlation with the market environment. I mean, take a look at the market right now. The market right now is just all around. If we have time, I will share my thoughts on the market right now, in the futures market, and then of course, this will help everybody in here that actually trades the Qs, the SPYs, or the SPX, or does options into it as well. Because when we look at the market, we look basically on the technical side, and we couple it with the economic releases and with the context and the environment that we're trading. So this is the result of November. We just closed November last week. And these are my trades for the month of December. Like I said, we closed a trade on Monday, and gold had that massive rally above 150, 2150, and we closed the trade. We got in at 2000. Actually, 2002 was my exact entry, and this is my exit right here. So we realized 6.1%. These are the trades that are going to take your trading to a whole new level. So I do a combination of day trading and swing trading at the same time while trading the power hour, because I like to identify opportunities in the market. So yes, I day trade and swing trade. And you can see here that we have some losses, we have some wins, we have some break-even trades. And in fact, I'm going to show you some stats from the trading room today. We had a couple of trades, and we're in right now, and we have a buy limit order in gold at 2060 for long, and we're already in a trade in Russell at 1888 for a swing. So these two are swings that were called earlier this morning. And we took a swing trade, for example, in S&P that stopped out, and we took another day trade in Russell that trailed out at break even. And that is for the power hour. That is it. So you can see that it was a very active session today. These are my returns, and this does not include my account size. So these are the cumulative returns for this year. So for 2023, these alone are my commission for this year. So I know it sounds ridiculous, almost $30,000 in commissions and fees. And I know that's a lot of money, but compared to the results, that's a good price to pay. So let me share a little bit about myself. Like Sherry mentioned, I'm a professional trader. Basically, what that means is that, yes, I trade from home. Okay, so I have been a professional independent trader for over 20 years. I gave up my job to go full throttle into trading, and I have been swing trading and investing for a really long time before I dove into day trading. But one of the reasons that one of my goals was to quit my job and start day trading. I saw the potential. I worked for an investment company. I worked in the banking system for so long, and I saw the potential. And I just wanted to do that on my own. And it wasn't easy, let me tell you this, because it's one thing when you're investing and swing trading. It's totally different ballgame when you switch into day trading. So yes, I did have to take a lot of trading education, and I did start with baby steps. When I first started day trading, I was risking $100 per trade, and I was position sizing. So I wasn't dealing with thousands of dollars or even hundreds and hundreds of dollars. No, I took it very, very slow. And if I remember correctly, in my first 2 months, I was actually risking between $30 and $50 on a trade. And I started trading stocks, and I started day trading stocks. So you have to start small if you don't want to blow up your account. And I'm part of those individuals that never blew up an account because I understood the market rules. And like I said, I came with some trading experience from investing and from swing trading. So I knew the power of risk. I knew the power of position sizing from early on, and I have applied that to my day trading. I specialize in high velocity trades. What these high velocity trades are, I think I have some examples in here. What these high velocity trades are inflection points on technical charts that have multiple layers of support. So not just support or resistance. I need to have multiple levels of support resistance from multiple time frames that are correlated into the same location, and that gives the price power of action, whether to the upside or to the downside. And I have to say, I'm a true trend trader. So when the asset is into an uptrend, I cautiously look for pullbacks and buy rotation points on the technical chart where I go long. I'm not a fan of shorting into a bullish market. If you guys want to get a hold of us, you can read more about myself and about my company at tradeoutloud.com. You can find us on social media, and the handle is Trade Out Loud. So why do we strive to trade for a living? And one of the main reasons why I navigated towards a day trading environment. Well, first of all, when you're swing trading and when you're investing, you're basically trading for wealth. So you may not have access to that investment, to that cash for a relative period of time. If you're swing trading, then that period of time is somewhere between, let's say, 4 days to 2 weeks. And then if you're investing, then it depends on what kind of investor you are. If you're an active investor, you may hold that position for about 3 to 4 months. And if you're a value investor, then you may hold it for years or even decades. One of the reasons why I love becoming my own boss, becoming a day trader, is that you don't have to answer to anybody. Your charts are basically your employees. You don't have a boss. You're going to be your own boss. You don't have to commute. That was a big issue for me. I was commuting about 2 hours average on a day, I would say 2.5 hours at least on every single day. Now I trade less than my commute time. You don't need a pool of customers. You don't need clients. You don't need emails. You don't need to do anything. It's just you and the market. And this is what I like about trading. You can take your trading on the go. And I'm not saying day trading. No, in day trading, you cannot take it on the go because you need to have the real estate, meaning your monitors that are going to show you your confluence areas, and all the windows that you need to have. And remember, the more windows that you have on your computer, on your monitors, the more insight you have into the market, because everything is going to be at a glance. Rather than trading off a laptop, just like this beautiful lady here. No, that's not me. And also trading on a cell phone. You could do that if you're an investor. You could do that even if you're a swing trader. So how to turn your computer into your personal ATM? It's not hard. And actually, you could start trading, like I said, even if you have a small account. If futures allows you to open an account with as little as $5,000. You don't have the day trading pattern rule. In stock trading, if you want to become a stock day trader, you need to have $25,000 or more, and definitely you need to open an account with $30,000, because if you just open it with $25,000, if you lose a penny on a trade, then your day trading status is out the door, and you can only swing trade or invest in that account. So how can you do it if you don't have an account, and what are the steps that you could do? Well, first of all, let's say you have the account, you have the money, right? So you have the money sitting there, you could actually start trading. If you don't have the money to start day trading, for example, of stocks or futures or whatever you have, there are tons of prop trading firms out there. And we also have our own prop trading division in our Trade Out Loud. We allow traders to day trade futures, stocks, cryptos, and Forex, all from one single account. And that's really amazing. And there's only an audition fee. There's no membership associated with it. But newsflash, some of them, this is something that I have noticed within my program, is that the most successful traders are stock swing traders. Careful, because you really need to know what you're doing into the futures market, into the Forex market, and even into the stock market on a day-to-day basis. So remember, swing traders are a little bit more successful than day traders, and they're cashing out big profits at the end of each month. So this is the perfect time to learn how to trade your way to financial freedom and literally towards that 2024 horizon. And why is that? Well, first of all, the market is a permanent transfer of wealth from the novice traders to the astute traders to the educated traders. The markets will remain volatile through 2024. In fact, the volatility has not subsided since 2018. I know, like, the majority of traders out there refer to the volatility in the market since 2020, since the pandemic time, but the reality is that the volatility has started in 2018. We're not going to get into that, but I know the reasons why, and I often share it with my traders in my room in my education courses. Why is 2024 still going to be volatile? Well, first of all, it's going to be an election year. We're getting closer and closer to the election in November. We're less than a year away, and volatility is going to get really high. Historically speaking, election years are very bullish, and they are very bullish as you're going into summer. From summer to fall, things are going to get a little bit more choppier, so you have to make sure that you make the bulk of your money into the summertime, because that is when volatility is going to start to increase. Price action is going to get sideways because of the unknown, basically the unknown reaction after the election. You're going to still have the Russia-Ukraine saga continuing. You have the Israel-Hamas conflict. I'm seeing it amplifying right now, that it's creating still some jitters into the market. FOMC, so here's the confliction that's coming from the FOMC. Like, they said that they're not going to be raising rates, that the inflation is coming down. They're going to be cutting some rates in 2024. But yesterday I read an article saying that, yeah, they're still thinking about raising rates. So that's totally crazy. That's going to keep the market on its toes. And definitely the meeting that we're going to have in December is going to be very, let's say, predicting of how Q1 is going to roll out in January. Inflation is still super high. Like, I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I feel it. I go shopping and oh my gosh, like I have like very few items in my bag, and I'm paying a whole bunch of money. You still have massive layoffs that are continuing. This week we had another company, Spot, that it laid off a bunch of individuals, a bunch of workers, and you saw the stock going higher. Well, it's normal because they're easing their way, so they're not going to have those expenses. So you can see this trend with the layoffs still continuing, which is worrisome. You still have the energy price. You still have the energy crisis. I'm looking at oil right now, whether you're looking at USO or looking at oil futures, and I'm just seeing that they hit a new low right now with $69.36 a barrel. So, oh my goodness, it's just free falling right now. So are there still talks about recession, and is there going to be a soft landing? So I heard Yellen saying yesterday that, yeah, it's going to be a soft landing, and it's already a soft landing. So time will tell if that's going to be true. So trading futures of power hour can yield great returns if you really know how to trade, like in everything in life, right? So you need to invest your time and invest into learning a skill that is going to deliver literally for a lifetime. You can check the performance on our website. We have a track record since we created the room in 2021. Literally, I didn't want to create a room because having a trading room is literally a full-time job, right? Even if I'm only having the room only a couple hours on, but it's still a job. And I really didn't want that. But I had so many traders that came to me and said, I need help with this. I need to create income. I have to create income. And I created the room. And I'm enjoying it really, really much. And let's face it, when you're trading in a group, it's so much nicer than you would be trading alone. So if you are looking through our performance, definitely we have the performance since 2017, but let's take the last 2 years, okay? So 2021, 2022, 2023 is right there, and you guys showed it. So not only we're closing in on tripling the account, the results that you have that you're seeing here are a track performance by contract. So they're not by position sizing. If all of these trades were tracked via position sizing, like I showed you, because I position size, when I started the presentation, I showed you my personal stats, I position size. That position size are $5,000 risk per trade. So I risk 1% my account for each and every single trade, and I position size, meaning I calculate how many contracts can I take in order to be within that $5,000. So this is just track per contract. I don't recommend anybody to trade. For example, you're getting in a trade with one contract per trade, because that's not a way to do it. But this is an orientation to see if how much you can realize by taking all our trades in the trading room at the end of the year with only one contract, how much you would have. So no setbacks, just growth. This is the image of consistency of trading. And this is what education and trading education, patience, and discipline is going to get you. This is my first day of trading on January 4th. I really don't trade on the 2nd or the 3rd. I typically wait a couple of days before I dive into the new year of trading. And you can see that it has been a progression, a constant progression higher with new highs. So forget about, the material stuff. It's all about time flexibility, and it's all about enjoying life. Like I said, I try to develop a system that will allow me only to trade the power hour and literally have fun for the rest of the day. I consider myself retired, even though I'm hosting a trading room, and I also enjoy swing trading and investing, teaching classes, showing other traders how I make my money and how I've made my money throughout all these years. So this presentation is for you. If you want to be in sync with the power institutional money moves and you constantly want to trade with the powerhouse, meaning the institutions. If you're ready to eliminate frustration from trading, because trading can be really frustrating, and you have to keep your calm, your composure. If you want to trade with clarity and literally stress-free, when I trade, I'm never stressed. Why? Because I know exactly what patterns I need to look for. I know how to read the trends. I know how to apply my techniques depending on the trend that the market is in. And other than that, one of the things that is giving me peace of mind is my position sizing. I'm only risking 1% per my account for one trade. So I know that if I have a loss, it's not going to be a big deal in order for me to recuperate that loss. So if you're ready to become a consistent trader and eliminate the noise, if you're ready to learn the methodology that works on any kind of asset, because here's the thing, we do teach traders how to trade the futures market. We do teach traders how to trade the stock market. We do teach traders how to trade different assets. However, if you learn a system, regardless of what system it is, whether it's for day trading or swing trading, whether it's for stocks or futures, and because we're talking about futures right now, you can apply the same system into your stock trading. So imagine the power of the system, because it works for not only for futures, but it works for stocks as well. And don't forget that I have been a stock day trader for the longest time. I still take a trade here and there and in the stock market, but for tax purposes, my planner suggested that I stick with day trading futures. Okay. So everything you want is literally on the other side of fear. And there's one thing, and doubt, right? So when do we feel fearful? When do we feel doubt? Is when we don't know how to approach the market, when we don't know how to approach trading, when we don't know what a setup is. Now, here's reality. In general, traders fail because they think that they've got this. And in trading is no different than any other skill on this planet. For example, it takes 7 years of school plus training plus license to become a doctor. It takes 4 years of school, law school plus bar exam to become a lawyer. It takes 3 years of school plus training time plus license to become a pilot. It takes 4 years plus training plus P exam in order to become an engineer. And if you want to become a trader, no experience, no trading, start tomorrow, open an account, and here you go into the market. So think about this. Think about this. A lot of traders are opening an account and they're saying, I want to see if I like it. I want to see if this is profitable. I want to see if this is good for me. And they dab into the market without having any kind of marketing experience. They hit some buttons, the buy button, the sell button. They start making the worst thing that a beginner can do is make some money at the beginning, right? And then to lose it all. And oftentimes traders just blow up their accounts. I have a lot of horror stories. I have many friends that are brokers and they're telling me and sharing me some of the horror stories that are out there. And believe me, the futures market is one of the most dangerous market because it allows you to open an account with less money than the stock market. And a lot of times traders have no idea how to position size, which is the number one key element before you even, I mean, you could have literally the worst trading strategy, the crappiest trading strategy. But if you position size in the futures market, you could actually be wrong 60% of the time. 60% of the time wrong. So more than 60% of the time wrong, and you could still make money if your win ratio is 35 to 40%. That's right. So that is one of the heaviest duty strategies into trading, position sizing, and then adapt the strategy. So imagine if a doctor would say, I'm going into a hospital and, just like me, I'm going to a hospital right now. And it's like, you know what? I want to become a heart surgeon. But first of all, I need to perform a heart surgery. And if the surgery is going to be a success, if the patient is going to wake up, then I'm going to go to medical school. Does that make any sense to you guys? No, it doesn't. And the same thing goes with trading. You don't open an account and then you're going to say, hey, I'm going to, kind of like do the trial and error thing. Do you really have the time? Do you really have, the money for trial and error? So some of the most important parts of trading are rarely discussed. And that's why I'm here today to pinpoint some of the things that are super important other than charts. Confidence in trading and conviction in trading. You cannot have confidence in trading. You cannot have conviction if you don't know what you're doing. You need to have patience. A lot of times traders, are telling me, oh, I don't have the patience to wait. I just jump in a trade. You jump in a trade because you lack the confidence, you lack the education, and you lack the conviction. Because if you have the education, you know that you need to wait for a certain pattern and a certain condition in the market in order to take the trade. You need to have mental toughness. People that don't have mental toughness and they're devastated for a loss are the people and the traders that are losing more than 10 to 50% per trade in a trade. And this is very common into the futures market. I would have to say, like, stock traders are a little bit wiser, but options traders and futures traders fall into the latter category where they're not as bright when they first open an account and jump into the market because they don't know that how it works. So they're devastated by their loss, and understandably, yes, because they just blew up, let's say, a quarter of their account. So how much time do you think you're going to give that trader before he blows or he or she blows the entire account? Probably another week or 2 weeks, right? Discipline is a big thing. Discipline, you need to have the discipline to wait for the setup, to do the market context, to kind of like have the read of the market context, to have the mental toughness, and to apply everything. And then you go into the preparation phase, right? Preparation phase is identifying the technical pattern on the chart, which is not hard. Okay, it's not hard. All you have to wait, if you're a day trader, is some time sequences, depending on the time frame that you're trading, whether it's the 1 minute, the 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. So everything here that I've talked about represent about 90% of the whole problem with trading. So what you really need in order to succeed is to have that burning desire. How bad do you want it to work? See, I quit my job and I really wanted to make it work. I really wanted to make her work. And let me tell you something. You guys have no idea how amazing you have it right now. When I started day trading 20 plus years ago, I was paying $600 for my platform to have data on my platform and the platform fees. There were such thing as platform fees. Now they're unheard of. So I was paying $600 every single month. So you bet I have to trade every single month. Now traders are lazy and they say, you know what, if I'm a swing trader or what have you, I'm not going to be putting a trade now. But when you're paying $600 a month, and that was 20 years ago, if you fast forward to the to today, it would at least be double. So you would be paying $1,200. So imagine now opening an account and having to pay $1,200 every single month. Wouldn't that make you a better trader? And I think that was one of the things that made me a better trader, because it made me learn, because I needed on the at the beginning of the month, I have to think and say, hey, I have to make my money back. So you would have to make that $1,200 back. Needless to say that I was in the beginner stage. I was just like you guys in trading rooms, and I was in a trading room that I was paying another $600 per month just to be in that trading room. There were very few trading rooms at the time, and it was $600 a month. So you can imagine that first off, when you just start trading, you have to pay a whole bunch of money just to be able to trade, right? So education is your foundation, and from that foundation, you're going to be able to tweak your strategy and to tweak your trades from. You need to have discipline because you need to follow a plan. If you don't have a trading plan, just make sure that today, make it your mission today to write down your trading plan. Identify what kind of trader you are, day trader, swing trader. What are the trading hours that realistically you can allocate to trading? And not only that, but to try to decide what kind of strategy works for you best. And with that being said, you're going to be able to have the first foundation of your trading plan. Focus, no distractions. So when you're a day trader, I literally have my doors closed. Nobody's coming into my room. I'm not answering phones. I'm not, my attention is 100% on trading. Why? Because I'm trading the power hour, and this is where I'm making my money and done. Okay, I'm not lingering around all day long in front of the computer, so I have to stay super focused. And conviction, have conviction. Have a positive attitude when you're coming to the trading. You're never going to see me coming into my pajama in front of the computer. No, it's just like a job. You get dressed, you go to work, right? So have some respect for the environment that you're trading in. So trading futures for a living is a great thing because it allows you to create cash flow. It allows you to say, hey, I need some money this week, or I need some money this month. I'm going to go into trading. It is possible. I'm living proof. I was not born a day trader, right? But I was on the investing side and I was on the swing side, and that allowed me to understand the market a little bit better. And let me tell you a quick secret here. The best swing traders and the best investors are day traders, because they're going to be day traders have the ability to see the sector rotations as they're happening in minutes, and they can detect some of the key inflection points into the market sooner than any other swing trader. So to be a day trader means that you want to trade in sync with the institutional money flow. So that means that you want to trade alongside and at the same pace with institutions. Yes, you need to be in the same pace, because if you are to trade, for example, if you want to trade, if you want to, let's say, follow, because there's a lot of comments out there say, hey, I'm following the institutions. Institutions are leaving footprints into the market, but at the same time, you need to be in sync with them and their decisions. because if you follow them, you basically chase them. When you follow someone, you're behind someone, you're shadowing someone. So that someone becomes the key individual that is performing the task, the skill, and then you are following. No, in trading is like you gotta be into the same tempo. I allocate between 9:30 and about 11 o'clock max for my trading. And when I identify a trade, I basically go into the trade and I don't sit in that trade more than 10 minutes to 20 minutes max. I have had trades where we were up and done in 5 minutes. And typically on a normal trending market, we should be done by 10 o'clock or 10:30. So what do I trade as a day trader? I focus on my employees. My employees are the Dow, the S&P, NASDAQ, and Russell. Can you trade something else? Yes, you could trade, and not very often, but I have day trades in gold. I have sometimes day trades in oil, but not very often. I love to use the rest of the panel, whether I'm trading energy, softs, whether I'm trading bonds, whether I'm trading metals or grains or currencies, because yes, you could trade currencies as well. I was a Forex trader for many, many years. In fact, if you go to my YouTube channel, you're going to be able to see some videos from, I think, 2003 or 2000, even 2008 or 2009. So you're going to see some really old videos. You could see the accuracy of my trades because I did some follow-up. But now, since I shifted everything, because I was trading I was trading stocks and I was trading Forex, and you could see that you can incorporate currencies into your futures. And since I incorporated futures into my personal trading because of tax and commissions and all that fun stuff, I am trading currencies through futures. And yeah, you could trade the dollar, euro, and pound, Canadian dollar, etc. So what is trading ultimately when you think about trading? And I'm talking about trading in general. It's a rule-based system. So whether you day trade, swing trade, or invest, you have to have a rule-based system. You have to know exactly where to buy and sell, how to trail. Money management is a really big deal. Not giving money back, having an action plan, for example, a proactive action plan. So when, for example, and my plan is super simple and it's based on price action, which is the only non-lagging indicator. So for example, when I hit target 1, I scale some off. I typically take half off the table, and I put my stop at a break even. So in case the price goes against me, I cash some money, and I'm also at break-even point, so I don't lose any money on the back half. And then when I'm at target 2, again, what I do is I take partial profits there, usually a quarter, and I raise my stop to target 1. And this is how I continue. And the last lot, I don't take my profit at target 3. I basically trail based on price action further on because I want to juice that trade as much as I can, and stay in the trade as much as I can. So I don't take the last profits, the last target, I don't take it, but I trail it. So trading is all about, finding those highest trades, waiting for that setup that is going to provide you with a good risk to reward ratio, fine and precise execution. Again, you got to have really good money management skills, and you have to be in the right mindset when you're trading. So why futures? Well, first of all, I share with you guys that I wasn't always a futures trader. I adapted, trading futures probably like 10 years, maybe around 10 years ago. And that is because of accounting purposes. And because I was a true believer and I was trading stocks extremely successfully, but I think it became a chore for my accountant, to have all that data from stocks where basically if you're a futures trader, at the end of the year, you get a 1099-B form and that's it. Okay, so it's easy peasy for your accounting system. You could actually do your own taxes with that. But if you're trading stocks, it's a whole lot different. You don't need to use a scanner. I use a scanner because I trade stocks and I use 3 scanners. But there's no extra cost for using scanners. Of course, you need scanners when you're trading stocks. I basically focus, and my pool is about 6,000 stocks, so I can't manage every single stock, on its own. I do go through about 300 to 400 stocks on a not on a day-to-day basis, but on a week basis for scanning purposes. But other than that, the scanner does my work. So there's no additional cost because you're basically going to be trading about 6 charts if you consider the indices, and if you're considering gold and oil, you would actually look at bonds and look at other commodities as well if you wish. No special indicators. I'm not using any special indicators on my charts other than volume and some moving averages. And like I said, tax advantages are fantastic. Plus, it's a 24-hour market, so you have hands-on risk. So for example, last night I was tweeting on my private tweet and on my private feed and on my public feed at Trade Out Loud that NASDAQ was doing a rotation. I also noted this morning, and I posted this morning, that I'm going to buy gold at 2060 again, all right, as we're going into the end of the year. So you can take advantage of the overnight market, thing that you cannot do if you're an options trader or if you're a stock trader. You cannot do that. But you can look at the market and there's not much, but there are a lot of things that are getting lined up. Now let's get a little bit more technical and share some charts over here and things that I really these are going to be, this is going to be like a huge eye opener. So I'm going to do a comparison between stocks and futures, right? And what better way to do it than doing a comparison between the Qs and between NASDAQ futures. So for example, you guys know that let's say a trader wants to buy the Qs, and let's say they're priced at $365. You need about $14,000 to buy 100 shares, right? So we're talking about buying power here. So you need $14,000, and that will allow you to buy 100 shares. And if the price goes up 50 cents, then you make 50 bucks. Now, here's the thing. If the trader wants to buy NASDAQ futures, you need about $15,000 to $17,000 in buying power. And if the price goes up 50 points, then you're going to make $1,000 because each point is 20 bucks. Now, let me share something with you. First of all, I want to show you the buying power, which is right here on the bottom right-hand side. This is buying power 15,483. These are the Qs right here, and this is the setup that we took. It was actually a pullback within this little range right here with a snap up, and this is the inflection point we like to, and this was in a coaching session, and this is in one of our triggered times. So 1 o'clock was lining up with the buy setup that we had here on the 5-minute, and you can see here that this trade resulted in $300 profit, right? So this is not bad. $300 is $300. The setup was valid. It was in an uptrend. We traded with the trend. We didn't go against the trend. And it was based on a buying power of 15,000. Now, let's take a look at futures. Futures, $17,000 in buying power. Okay, so that we took the trade with one contract, right? Because we wanted to see what buying power could actually yield. We had the same setup. If I didn't have the dome here, you would actually say, hey, this is the same chart as the Qs. And in fact, it is, because the chart is exactly the same. And I mean exactly the same. So when you're looking here, you see the same setup. This is a pullback at 1 o'clock. With the trigger for higher, it is into an uptrend, so the strategy is the same. So this trade right here with one contract provided us, at the end of the day, $2,480 with similar buying power. So here we use $17,000, and before we used $15,484. Now, you're saying, yes, fine, but what if I have a very small account? Will I be able to capitalize on the same market moves? Now, here is E-mini NASDAQ. Here it is. This is the E-mini NASDAQ. It represents 1/10 of the size of the full-size contract. So buying power in NASDAQ futures was 17,000. Buying power in micro NASDAQ is 1,700. So if you have a small account, 7,000, 10,000, you could definitely take advantage of the moves that are happening in micros. And trust me, there's a lot of volatility out there, so you can take advantage. In this case, we have the same setup at the same time because we wanted to trade everything in sync, and we put a buy limit order here. We got filled 12,625 back here, and we made $246 with a micro. So I just want to highlight something here. Buying power $1,700 we made almost $250. We scroll up. Okay, here we go. Buying power, $15,000, we made $300. So with $15,000, we were able to make 300. But in futures with micros with $1,700, we were able to almost equivalent the gains from the Qs. So I'm going to ask you right now, if you're not sold on futures, oh, I don't know what it's going to sell you. Okay. So this is an eye opener for those of you guys that are still thinking, it's like, should I trade futures? The chart is the same. So you're not having to reinvent or learn any different. Now here's the SPYs, right? We did the same thing. So this was a slingshot buy at the same time at 1 o'clock. Fortunately, the market was in sync at the time when we traced this example. The buying power in effect here is $20,000. Okay, so it takes $20,000 to buy 100 shares. You can see it right here. So we made $262 with on the same pattern, same formation, right? With a buying power of $20,000. So notice that with that micro, we were able to make $246. This is $262 with $20,000. Now, wait, there's more. This is the E-mini S&P. This is the full size contract. Buying power in effect here was around 10,000. Okay, don't forget that I had 4 contracts on here, and the results here are a little bit different, but this is the last contract because I was in with 3 contracts before and I added another contract because, for example purpose. So this was a trade that was ongoing for me, but with my traders in the coaching session, we decided to take a contract here. So I had no choice. I had to do it. I had to sacrifice. All right, so I went a little bit more my position size, but that was fine. So with $10,000, I was able to make $10,000 in buying power. I was able to make $3,600. But wait, there's more. There's the mighty micro, right? That's how I like to call it. This is 10th of the size of the full size contract. So guess what? We used $1,166 in order to buy 1 micro contract, and we generated $127. Wow, I don't know about you guys, but that's 10%. Do you guys know how much hedge funds are typically yielding at the end of the year? That is between 6 and 8%. And this year they're falling behind big time. That's why you saw the rally that that just happened in October, because they just positioned in some key stocks. Now, I want to share with you some of the hidden secrets that I use in order to make my money. And that is applying time frames and successfully applying time frames depending on the market tempo. So what does that mean? If you're a day trader, you're not going to be using the 1 minute or the 5 minute or the 15 minute throughout the day. No, because things change. The market is faster in the morning, way faster in the morning. So because of that, we use the 1 and the 2 minute time frame in order to capture some of the biggest moves into the market. We use the 5 minute from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock to eliminate the noise that we've had in the first 30 minutes of the day, and that is from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. So remember, and I have another slide for you that is going to help you out a lot. And so when you begin your trading day, you're going to look for setups on the 1 minute and 2 minute chart. After 10 o'clock, you're looking for setups on the 5 minute chart. So from (11:30) to 2 p.m. Eastern, you're going to zoom out. You're going to eliminate even more noise that you have had within the first 2 hours of the day. Now, this is the doldrum period right here. And volume is going down, there's not a lot of interest, traders are taking their lunch breaks, right? So you don't have a lot of interest. You want to apply a higher time frame because you're going to see a lot of slingshots, and that means tails up, tails down that are going to take you out of the trades if you take trades on the 1 and 2 minute and even on the 5 minute. And it's fine to go back on to the 5 minute after 2 p.m. So between 2 and 4 p.m. you can go into those time frames. Now let me share you my literally this is going to be like a trading plan on one slide. So I like to trade from 9:30, 10 o'clock, and 10:30. These are the market segments where I position my time frames. And my time frames are the 2 minutes, 5 minute, and 15 minutes. So I have a really strong structure to begin with. So I know exactly at the open what to do, right? So I know exactly what time frame that I need to look at. I knew the setup, the patterns that I need to focus on, whether it's a pullback buy or a pullback sell, a breakout or a breakdown. These are the most common. You're going to use them almost 90% of the time, these two strategies. We actually teach in our course 10 strategies, but basically these are the most used. And then execution times. Most of my trades are executed either at 9:35 or around 9:35, 9:45, 10 o'clock, or 10:30. And if there's not a trade that is going to trigger by, let's say, at the most into 10:45, I'm not going to take any kind of trades. And of course, everything in here has to be in line with your entry, your stop, your target, your risk, and your position size. So is it easy to succeed in trading? I'm telling you, if you have a strategy, if you have a good management, you have the right mindset, if you have experience, because nobody can teach you experience. You learn how to trade. I can teach you how to trade, but it's about you and your strategies to be into the market. We do provide continuing education through our trading room, and that is where you gain all the experience because the market is different every single day. And that's so cool and exciting about it. And of course, attention to detail. So trading is not all about having that perfect strategy or knowing just the position size or, knowing the setups or knowing money management. It's a system. And the trader that knows how to implement the system as a whole in each and every single trade is the trader that is going to be consistently profitable. Now, let me share with you my morning hybrid Elliott wave timing. This is so important because I use this every single day. So basically what I look for is I look at the open and I want to see how the open is playing out. So when the market opens, I typically, if we are in a trending market and if we are in an uptrend, I look for setups that are forming into 9:32 to 9:35. This action is going to continue into 10 o'clock. What happens at 10 o'clock? Typically, you have a lot of announcements and news that are coming out, and that could create some divergence. And with that, you can create definitely that can create a pullback into the market. So everybody that was in the market from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, and I'm talking about big bulk algos. Algos represent over 87% of the market value. They're going to look to take some profits into 10 o'clock, and that is creating the pullback. If the profit taking time, and if the profit taking is not as big and they're taking, you could see by the type of pullback that the market creates. And if the pullback is shallow, it means that they're taking very small profits into that area. They're waiting for the time shift into 10:30. And this is going to be the last shift. So this is shift number 1, shift number 2, when you can capitalize on your trades. Most of the gainers are from 9:30 to 10 o'clock and from 10:30 to about 11 to 11:15. Sometimes you may have a market that opens into a chop from 9:30 to 9:45. The bigger the volatility, the longer that time segment is going to be. It could last into 10 o'clock. You can have a total range between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, or even 10:30, or even 11 o'clock, how we had it in the pandemic. And then ultimately in a power trend, the market is going to start moving higher. And depending on the pullback, depending on whether it's shallow, and if it's shallow, then there's only small partial profit taking, and then there's a rotation at 10:30, and you're going to look to capitalize on this move. I never look to short pullbacks within ongoing strong trends. So learn before you dive in. It's always safer to learn how to learn. Don't fear sharks, but learn to trade with the sharks, because sharks are the institutions, and they know exactly where your orders are and where my orders are. They capitalize on this, and there is no secret that the brokers that we are using, any kind of brokers that you're using and I'm using, they're selling their data to these hedge funds, and hedge funds are passing it along to their algo division. So they know exactly where we have our entries, our stops, our targets. If they're preset into the platform, they know exactly. And that's why I'm saying any kind of algorithmic, a retail algorithmic system that you're using is a recipe for disaster, because you need to learn how to reprice action. So you literally come ahead and you bypass all of these institutional algos, because institutional algos are the ones that you need to trade in sync with. So basically, when you're putting on a trade, you have to make sure that you understand that you're either trading with or against. So make sure no messy and no silly, kind of thinking, saying, oh, I'm just going to get in here and see if it works. No, because you're either trading with hedge funds, and ask yourself this: would a hedge fund do this? Would an institutional trader do this? And if you come with the answer and say, yeah, yes, then take the trade. But if you're not sure, just don't take the trade. So next time when you jump in a trade, think about this: 10% of the traders make money from the 90% of the traders. Because if trading was easy as installing an indicator on my platform saying, yeah, that's the buy, this is the where I put the stop, this is where I put the sell, oh my gosh, everybody would use the same indicator and the market would go bunkers, right? I mean, everybody would make money in the market, and there would be no other traders that are going to lose money in the market. So don't fall for that. If trading was easy as reading a book, or 20 books or 50 books, that would be fine. Here's the problem with the books or DVDs or even recorded courses: you don't interact with the instructor, and these instructors are often they're not traders. They're not trading. And if you want to go, if you have a question, if you want to get a hold of them, you can't. Okay, you can't. All right, so in trading, you should only have 4 outcomes: so big wins, small wins, breaking the trades, and small losses. We trade live, and I trade live every single day with my traders. A very technical system that trades in sync with the power institutional money flow. In the first hour, basically, we spend 2 hours together because we talk about market context. We sometimes talk about stock market, and we give lectures. So that's why we spend so much time together. But we profit on momentum moves at specific times, locations, precise technical patterns, etc. Our methodology literally overrides any kind of news event, artificial indicator earnings, and even dark pools. So if you want to learn to trade an institutional grade trading system that is going to show you institutional levels, where institutions, and I mean not little retail kind of indicators showing you here and there, but no, real institutional levels, stress-free levels where you're less likely to stop at our trades, that can generate above average gains, precise buy and sell zones, management and risk management skills, because nobody's going to teach you that, high X patterns, how and where to place your stop, and literally putting everything together. Here's one of the things that nobody does. When you're reading a book, when you're having an indicator, when you are buying a DVD or a recorded course, you learn technical analysis, you learn strategy, you learn money management, but is there anybody that is going to put everything together for you and say, here, this is how you do it in this trade, or this is how you need to do it? No. So if you want to make 6 or 7 figure income in 2024, you need to make some decisions. You need to follow someone that really makes it or made it in the market and create the 6 figure income proven, and is a proven successful trader. You have to be wired mentally for success. You got to follow that person long enough to steal all the secrets and develop your own. So we are offering the Power Income Futures course. And if you are losing money in the market, if you don't have a system, if you're struggling and stressed, and if you lack confidence, this course is literally going to change your life. We're going to take you from that welfare trader, not successful, internal student mentality of never committing, to a millionaire mindset of successful trader with conviction. And basically, you invest in yourself to achieve the best results, right? So if I tell you that it takes only $16.42 a day for a year to become a successful trader, you're not going to believe me. Okay, so here are some. We really don't have a lot of time, and Sherry's going to kick me off in just a little while. So if you want to join the Power Income Futures Trading course, the course is going to start Monday on December 11th. It's going to be a 5-day course. and it's from 2 o'clock to about 4 o'clock to 4:30. You get special 3-month trader room access, and we're voted best in the industry. We're voted by Benzinga. We were voted by Benzinga in 2021 as being the most comprehensive company in trading. We have won first prize at their competition, and we were amongst 400 trading companies. So that speaks volumes. So what are you going to get? You're going to get lifetime access to the Power Course, lifetime, where we take you from zero to hero. That's $6,000. You get the manual, over 500 pages of education. You get unlimited live retakes. So that means that every single time we teach the course live, you're invited to repeat the course. And why? Because you're not going to get everything the first time around. Our most successful traders come for repeats at least 10 times. You get 3 months access in the trading room. You get private Twitter feed where you're alerted about market conditions or opportunities or news, and so on and so forth. You get your platform layout so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You get a private Discord room just for students and one for the trading room. You get student personal support. So if you have a question, after the course. And what happens if you have a question after you read a book or you get an online course? Nothing, right? But if you take the course with us, and if you have a question, email me, call me, Skype me, whatever. So this is an over $30,000 value, and it's $4,000 or $5,999. The price is going to go up. By the way, we're teaching you trading psychology. You could go to our website. We have way more information there. So it's not only that you're going to learn how to trade, it's the whole complete package. You're going to learn everything from A to Z. You won't need another technical analysis book or another book or seminar or anything ever again. So if you can head out there, it's tradealong.com/futures. And this is a wrap, Sherry. Thank you so much for having me here today.